like, son, I had to make it out. Rest in peace to Dolph, I took that paper out. Wanted some more laying out on the dough and bought my neighbor's house. I done some.
It's Madden NFL 24, and we'll see DeAndre Swift. He had a memorable performance last time out, a 5-touchdown game. It's the Eagles and the 49ers, and it's coming up next on Madden NFL 24.
It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Straight ahead is a rematch of last year's NFC Championship game, as it'll be the San Francisco 49ers taking on the defending NFC champs, the Philadelphia Eagles. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Eagles team as they interplay here. They've certainly found their groove of late, winners of 5 in a row.
And I think the sky's the limit for this team. They're playing the best football that they've played in a long time.
On the other side of the field for the visiting 49ers, they come in feeling good after back-to-back victories.
And it's the defense that's really the star of the show. A terrific game last week. They got a shutout on the road. And that's something that doesn't happen very often nowadays.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So here come the Eagles, the defending NFC champs, led out by a man who was the runner-up to Patrick Mahomes at MVP balloting a season ago. Of course, that's Jalen Hurts.
And his stat line last week, that's not going to get him to the Pro Bowl. All right, no touchdowns, no interceptions, but they won. And so the bottom line for him is team won, managed the game effectively, led them to victory. He's doing all the right things.
They'll start on the ground with Swift. And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there is a 49er who's in some discomfort. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Second and 5. Brown, the motion man right. They'll fake it there on the jet sweep, and instead, here's Swift. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. You look at this Niner defense. This unit, they've struggled a little bit against the pass, ranked number 21 in the league.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
And that might have been a situation where even though you don't hit on the deep throw, you at least put in the defenders' minds early in the game that we're going to press the ball deep against your secondary. And that can have a ripple effect on how they function throughout.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. The Niners offense set to go to work, and it's last year's revelation, Brock Purdy, who leads them out in season number 2 from Iowa State.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance, because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him the win. Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, the first play of the game going to be intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive. And really, it's worth talking a little more about the stakes of this game. Currently, these are the top 2 seeds in the NFC. I think they're the 2 best teams. Would you agree?
I think you can definitely make the case that they are, and I like where you're going with that. I do know that we've seen a couple of other teams along the way that would say, hey, don't forget about us. But your premise, I think, could be spot on. These could easily be the top 2 teams in the NFC.
The numbers for him from a week ago. Charles, how do you think he ran the football?
I thought he definitely had his moments. I did think that they could have utilized him a little bit better, and I'm definitely going to keep an eye on him to see how they're going to use him this week.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd and 5. Throwing is Hurts. This short throw caught by Goddard. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. Well, this defense for the Niners, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Seattle.
Yeah, we're definitely in top form and pitched a shutout, as a matter of fact. That's the cherry on top of a great week of preparation. And you know what? These guys are eager to keep it going. So motivation this week, not an issue.
They'll try and run here with Swift. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. The Eagles at 10-1 now on the year, and they've certainly found their groove of late, winners of 5 in a row.
And this team is absolutely playing their best football right now. This is the best that we've seen them play in a long time, partner. Sky's the limit as far as they're concerned. Their confidence really soaring.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. You look at this Niner defense. They were terrific a week ago in the win over Seattle.
Yeah, they pitched a shutout in that game, didn't they? And those don't come around all that often in the NFL. The ability to keep someone out of the end zone and also from kicking one through the post. Well done.
Second down. Here's Hurts. This is caught. It's Brown. Call that a very strong gain of 24. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
But that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Here we go now on 1st and goal. Here's Swift. Wiggles free. A solid move on the run, but ultimately stopped short of the goal line. Down at the 2. And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there is a 49er who's in some discomfort. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Here's Hurts to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
They're giving him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
3 tight ends up front here. 3rd and goal. Swift. And Swift is not going to get there as they stop him short of the yellow line. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal. All right, ball at the 1-yard line, 4th down. What do you say?
I say go, because if you can't get 1 yard, what's the old adage? If I can't get 1 yard, I don't deserve to win anyway. Tell your team it's that time. Who's going to get down into the trenches, grind it out, and make sure that ball gets in the end zone? Who's it going to be? Let's go do it.
So Hurts is off, and on comes Jake Elliott for the Eagle field goal. The kick by Elliott is good, and the they take a 3-0 lead. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Returning from his end zone is Ray McCloud. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. Their second drive here of the ballgame, Charles. Remember last time they threw the interception, but the defense held up. It bent a little but didn't break, only giving up the 3 points.
Yeah, obviously they left some points on the table there their last time out, but boy, they have to thank their defense for holding the opposition just 3 after they threw the pick. Their turn now. Back out on the field, put together a good drive, and get some points of their own. This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. Gets around him, and he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. Purdy. He's got his target. That's complete. A big 3rd down play there for the Niners. 44 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. McCaffrey on the counter. The numbers for McCaffrey last week. 24 carries, 130 in the yardage department, and a touchdown, 2.
Yeah, he could very well be on his way to a rushing title, but guess what? His offensive line, they're meeting separately because they want that rushing title as much as he does, and they want to make sure they get him there.
Another run with McCaffrey on 2nd down. And it'll be a minimum pickup here as it will take us to the end of the 1st quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Here's Purdy now on 3rd and goal. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Deebo Samuel, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. Jake Moody now for the point after. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. That drive goes 80 yards in 6 plays. And it's Deebo Samuel who caps things with a touchdown reception. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Eagles offense back out onto the field. And, Charles, you look at these two teams, these are those kind of litmus test games in the second half of the season that if you're a coach or a player, you can either really look forward to them or really dread them, depending on your point of view.
And if you're dreading them, you're not going to go very far in the playoffs. You need to look forward to these kind of games because here we've got two division leaders, both real contenders for the NFC title. And you're right, you love having easy games on your schedule, but you need some games like this to toughen you up a bit and ensure that you're ready for the shock of playoff football.
Talanoa Hufanga in on the stop.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Hurts throw complete here to his receiver, Brown. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. The Eagles on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at third and a few inches. They will run straight ahead with Swift. And he's going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to move the sticks with a gain of 4 on 3rd and inches.
Well, they're currently the best in the NFL in converting on third down, so it was no surprise there that they picked that one up.
And they've done it in many different ways throughout the season, Charles. Picking it up, running it, throwing it, just effective on third downs all year long. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there is a 49er who's in some discomfort. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Play action. Here's Hurts. On the move to his left. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down. They'll run right here with Swift. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there. Hurts sets up to throw it. And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
So Hurts is off, and on comes Jake Elliott for the Eagle field goal. The kick by Elliott is good, and they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hold. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Deebo Samuel trotting out with his offense to start this next drive. He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100 yards, but a good game so far.
And you just know that mentally He feels like he's one catch away from turning it into a great game and starting on that road. And the defenders are well aware of that too. They've got to figure out a way to not let that escalate. Keep him right in this zone here and call it a day, because otherwise he can really decimate them.
Better believe they are well aware of his playmaking ability. And they'll come up 2nd and 7. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Purdy with it on 3rd and long. An off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete. So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. Boston Scott deep for Philadelphia. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. 39 yards on the punt, give him just 1 yard on the return. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look. Now they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked with his offense coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion to try and get this offense kick-started and have it culminate in touchdowns. You know, maybe something to press it a little bit. This might be the case.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. Hurts. He's got his tight end. It's Albert Okwuegbunam. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Here's 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. And a good result there as that'll get out of bounds and pin them back at their 10-yard line. The Niners ready to go on offense for the final time of this first half. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these 2 teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. Purdy now to throw. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And he's going to lose yardage here back at the 8. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
second down, McCaffrey. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play.
Offense.
So we're at halftime with our score 7-6 in a tough-fought first half. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things definitely getting interesting around the NFL as we begin the month of December. So let's get right to it. We'll start over in Texas at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. And as you see, they were winners back on Thursday night. Dak Prescott, excellent in the victory, as it's one that pushes his guys 2 games above 500. Next, we head off to check out another game. And it was the visiting Dolphins who were able to get the victory. Tua Tagovailoa, strong in the victory, as his guys move to 9-3 now on the year. Finally, let's get down to Houston. Check on the Texans at home at NRG Stadium. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. 2 touchdowns there for Dameon Pierce. This one's been all you could hope for as an NFL fan. Just a 1-point game here at halftime. This has been as much fun as you could hope for, with both these teams in it to win it. Both these teams making their final halftime adjustments. We're just about ready to get back to football. So for the call of the second half, we get back up to Philadelphia and Brandon Gott.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well, as we are back and started in the second half. Taken at the goal line. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The 49er offense set to go to begin quarter number 3. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. A boost here to start the drive after the penalty. It's 1st and 5. Up the gut, McCaffrey. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
McCaffrey running up the middle. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. On the return is Scott. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
41 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time. That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Swift going to try up the middle. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
Here now, 2nd and 4.
Hey, let's go.
Here's a quick throw caught by Smith. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Eagle passing game looking good on this drive. It's a first down.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point, and what's usually a direct correlation, very few explosive plays. That's been their issue, not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off, but a nice game there for a first down.
Airing it out deep for Smith. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. A 3rd quarter now, to 1-point game as they line up 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. That is caught. It's the tight end Goddard. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. From the gun, here's Swift. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Now 2nd and 9 from the 10. In motion left goes Jones. 2nd down, here's Jalen Hurts. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. They'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. 4th down now as San Fran's defense was strong in coverage.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
It's his 3rd field goal now in the ball game, and they needed his leg. This last one gives him the lead.
It's been a back-and-forth kind of a game, hasn't it? Now you got to tell your defense, guys, need you to make this stand up because we got the momentum going in the right direction, but we need you to make sure we carry it home.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. And he's closing in on that number that all running backs circled beginning of the year, the number 1,000. Couldn't do it on this drive.
And you have to think to yourself that this moment, getting to this spot, it started in the offseason, right? Not just the workouts, right? Not just getting yourself physically prepared to play, but mentally, as well as your team, as well as your unit, head coach, offensive coordinator. We run the football. We give you opportunities. He's taking advantage of it.
And when you get this close to the mark, you just hope things don't tighten up, right? You probably want to get there and get it in your rearview mirror.
You really do, don't you? Because now it becomes predominant, and you wonder about play calling as well. Do you want to call plays to get that out of the way, or are you still calling plays to win the game first? That becomes the burden of the play caller.
They go play action here. Purdy. He's got the hook up downfield to Samuel. And he's out of bounds, but not before a big pickup that time on what's going to wind up being the final play of the 3rd quarter. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. Shotgun handoff down to McCaffrey. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before it could even get started. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
If you give out a little applause on that play, it has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the 1st row.
Here comes the 49ers punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 15. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Steps away. Now he'll throw deep left side. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
That was for the lead right there. They know they're in a position where fortune favors the brave. So they took their shot, but couldn't connect.
Throwing is Hurts. And this is incomplete. Oh, he looked looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
Oh, man, late in a tight ball game, every play so critical. You feel like you've got to find a way to come up with that football. That was put in a great spot, but it just didn't want to stick in his hands. That's a big letdown.
A fake on the jet sweep as they'll go play action with Hurts. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Just because you've got the lead in the fourth, it doesn't mean you have to play it safe. I like the aggressive play call there to push it downfield. That time, it didn't work out.
The Eagles send out their punter now, standing just about on his own goal line. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And where did this one go out? Not good. Let's see. And they're going to say inside the 35-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. Their defense accomplished step one of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth-quarter lead. Here's Purdy on 1st and 10. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
They'll give it up to McCaffrey. A brief pause in the action here as they tend to an injury. That's George Kittle shaken up on that last play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. The Niners on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Here's Purdy. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he is going to have a 49ers first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think? A guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a tire breakdown on what the coverage was. That everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else. But bottom line is, no matter what, you have to know where he is and cover him on every play.
Purdy looking to throw on 1st down here. Got a man right side. It's McCaffrey. And the 49ers are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rep.
Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. And I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hands. Fortunately for him, able to get picked up by his team, fumble recovered. They still have an opportunity deep in the red zone.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Right now, the story of this game continuing to be the defenses because the offenses, they're finding it difficult to establish any rhythm whatsoever.
I like how you come to us in praise of defense, Brandon, because that's exactly right. That was an incompletion force there, but we've seen it throughout this game. Both of these defense coordinators, they're a step ahead of the offensive coverage.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Unsuccessful pass on 3rd down, but at least you got 3 points here in your hip pocket.
Yeah, and I would take it from my hip pocket and put it right on the shoe of my kicker and go get those 3 points. This isn't even a discussion to me. This is a chance to take the lead after a good drive. Do it.
And his kick is good. And they take the lead here by a point, 10-9. So he waited on the sideline for his first chance in the ball game, and it didn't come until the 4th quarter, but he connects there. A big one to give him the lead.
Boy, you talk about coming in cold. I don't care how many times you kick it into a net. You're not really ready when you go out there and all that beef is coming at you trying to block the kick. Big spot, and he delivers.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And out now come the Eagles. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this fourth quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 26. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. A very good move, but for a relatively modest gain out near the 32.
If you're in the offensive huddle, you're smiling after that play because you've certainly got them guessing now. 2nd and short, could they just hand it off for another big gain? Or did they take advantage of this spot to take a big shot downfield?
Right back to Swift again on 2nd down. It'll be a minimum pickup, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning. Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
63.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
And that is not what you expect from a receiver of his caliber. Sometimes you get a little ahead of yourself. You don't look it in, and all of a sudden it's on the ground. A surprise to all.
Another big play in a game that's had plenty of them. 4th and 2. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Pass complete, got it. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as he's brought to the ground after a gain of 7, 5 more than he needed on 4th and 2.
I like what they did there, still keeping their tight ends involved. They understand it's not quite Hail Mary time just yet.
Back to throw. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
And good yardage there on 1st down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
Hurts throw here into the hands of Jones. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. He's back to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save the timeout.
Could this be the drive that ultimately wins the game? How about the initiative he just took there? Running with it after he couldn't find a throwing lane, and he drove them into range for a game-winning field goal with that play. What an opportunity they've been presented to come through with the win.
This is 1st and 10. They run out of the gun with Swift. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. They'll come up now on 2nd down. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. He'll look to throw. And it'll find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds to stop the clock. And they continue to move a little bit closer toward that potential game-winning field goal. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
All 3 timeouts still at their disposal. Here's 1st and 10 now. Now a give right side Swift. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Now 1st and goal. Swift looking for a signal, but none forthcoming. They stopped him shy of the goal line.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
The Charles are trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they could afford to go without.
About the last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
So now after the face mask penalty, here's 1st and goal. Gainwell, no signal, and now they say he did not get in. He is stonewalled at the 1. Now they get the timeout. It leads you to wonder, will they kick it here or risk running another play and possibly not getting down in time? We'll see. 2nd down, goal to go. They'll run with Swift. And he's across for a touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages. Charles, that drive was perfect, methodical, executed so well, and they grabbed that lead with almost no time left for a last gasp from the other side.
No way you could have drawn up a better final drive, because not only did they keep their eyes on the end zone, they made sure they bled the clock out as well and denied their opponent a chance to respond. That's just terrific situational football to end this one.
After the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. Purdy with one final shot here. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. A fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So for Philadelphia, they continue to keep pace for that first round bye as they move to 11-1.